There's a truth that startles many people once they cross 60. According to the National Institute on Aging 2020, nearly 30% of older adults experience muscle loss after age 60. And that number isn't just a statistic on a page. It means the risk of falls, broken bones, and losing independence becomes 3 times higher. Think about it. One slip in the bathroom, one stumble on the stairs, and life can change forever. A person who was once independent suddenly needs a cane, a wheelchair, or even long-term care in bed. So let me ask you a heartfelt question. Have you noticed your legs don't feel as steady as they used to? Maybe you stood up from the dinner table and your knees cracked sharply. Maybe climbing just a few steps left your legs shaky, your heart pounding, forcing you to pause and catch your breath. Or maybe on a gentle walk with your grandchild, you suddenly realized your steps are shorter, slower, and heavier than before. If that sounds familiar, please know this: you are not alone. I have met hundreds, thousands of patients in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, all sharing the same fear. Doctor, I'm scared I won't have the strength to keep walking, to take care of myself, or to enjoy the freedom of my later years. Here's the thing. Many people believe this decline is just the law of aging. That weak muscles, stiff joints, and unsteady steps are simply inevitable. But science shows us something different. This decline can be slowed down and in many cases meaningfully improved if we care for the body through simple daily choices. You may be surprised, but one of the most powerful tools to protect your muscles, keep blood flowing, and nourish vitality isn't an expensive pill or a painful workout. It comes from something humble, familiar: a cup of tea. For centuries, cultures around the world have turned to herbal teas to ease pain, boost energy, and restore balance. Today, modern research is catching up, confirming that certain teas contain compounds that reduce inflammation, fight free radicals, improve circulation, support sleep, and balance hormones, all of which are crucial for strong muscles and steady legs after 60. One long-term study in Japan, for example, found that older adults who regularly drank green tea were far more likely to maintain strength and balance as they aged compared to those who didn't. And that's just one of many examples. In this video, I'll walk you through 4 remarkable teas. Each one is more than a warm drink. It's like a trusted companion for your muscles, joints, and blood vessels. Ginger turmeric tea calms inflammation, eases joint pain, improves circulation. Ginseng green tea boosts energy, builds endurance, sharpens the mind. Ashwagandha root tea eases stress, balances hormones, restores muscles and nerves, deepens sleep. Hibiscus tea lowers blood pressure, supports circulation, protects the heart and arteries. But I won't just list them. I'll show you the science, specific studies with journal names and years. I'll explain the biology behind the benefits, share simple recipes you can make at home, highlight who should be cautious, and tell you real stories from real people who have experienced these changes. The beauty of it is this: you don't need to train like an athlete or swallow handfuls of supplements. Just one small habit, 1 cup of the right tea each day, can open the door to a healthier future. Scientists call this a micro-habit. But to me, and to the many patients I've seen over the years, it's more than that. It's a daily ritual of self-care. Picture this: morning light streaming through your window. You lift a warm cup of tea, inhale the gentle herbal aroma, and take that first sip. In that simple moment, you're giving your legs a chance to heal, and giving yourself one more day of freedom, vitality, and peace. So what exactly do these teas do? Why can they reduce inflammation, feed your muscles, improve circulation, and revive the energy in your legs? And how can you brew them the right way so you feel the benefits each day? Let's begin with the very first one, ginger turmeric tea. A simple drink from two familiar roots, yet backed by centuries of healing wisdom and modern science alike. Before we move into the next part, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to this channel and tap the notification bell. Here, I'll keep sharing medical knowledge that's reliable, easy to understand, and deeply inspiring, so you and your loved ones can enjoy later life with health, freedom, and joy. Do you remember the last time you stood up from the dinner table, only to hear a sharp crack in your knees, followed by that deep, aching throb as if your bones and muscles were protesting? Or perhaps it happened on the way to the market, just a few steps, and suddenly your legs felt heavy, forcing you to look for the nearest bench to rest. If that's ever happened to you, you are not alone. I've heard this same story from countless older patients: heavy legs, aching joints, and muscles that tire even with the smallest effort. What's remarkable, though, is how often this picture changes with one simple daily habit: a warm cup of ginger turmeric tea. For thousands of years, Asian traditional medicine has considered ginger and turmeric healing roots. And today, modern science has confirmed what our ancestors already seemed to know: gingerol in ginger improving circulation. Ginger contains gingerol, a natural compound that helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation, especially in the legs. Better circulation means your muscles receive the oxygen and nutrients they need. It's like giving fuel to an engine. The better the fuel supply, the smoother and longer it runs. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Pharmacology, 2015, found that ginger extract significantly improved peripheral blood flow, reducing that heavy leg feeling in older adults. Curcumin in turmeric, powerful anti-inflammatory. That golden pigment in turmeric, curcumin, is one of nature's most effective anti-inflammatory compounds. Chronic inflammation in joints and muscles is one of the main reasons people over 60 struggle with stiff knees, sore joints, and painful walking. A review of 11 clinical trials in the Journal of Medicinal Food, 2017, concluded that curcumin reduced knee pain just as effectively as common painkillers, but with far fewer side effects. The synergy of ginger plus turmeric. When ginger and turmeric are combined, they don't just add up, they multiply each other's effects. Ginger boosts circulation, delivering nutrients where they are needed. Turmeric calms inflammation, clearing the path for healing. Science calls this the synergistic effect, where 1 + 1 is greater than 2. Think of your muscles as a construction site. Blood delivers the materials, protein, glucose, oxygen, to build strong walls. Anti-inflammatories act like cleanup crews, clearing away the debris that slows down work. With age, circulation slows, materials don't arrive on time. Inflammation builds, trash piles up on the site. The result? A project that weakens and collapses. Ginger turmeric tea changes the game. Ginger opens the road so blood delivers the materials. Turmeric keeps the site clean so repair can continue. Together, they allow your muscles to rebuild, recover, and support steadier, stronger steps. It's wonderfully simple. 3-4 slices of fresh ginger or 1 teaspoon of ginger powder. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder or 2-3 slices of fresh turmeric, 1 cup of boiling water, about 8 ahs, a pinch of black pepper, this boosts curcumin absorption up to 20 times, honey or lemon for taste. Method: place ginger and turmeric in boiling water, cover and steep for 10 minutes. Strain, then add black pepper, honey or lemon. Drink warm, preferably in the morning. I'll never forget a leaner, age 72. She came to see me with constant knee pain. "Doctor," she sighed, "I can't even climb 5 steps without my knees swelling and my legs trembling. I'm terrified that one day I won't be able to carry my little granddaughter again." We talked it through and she agreed to try something natural, a daily cup of ginger turmeric tea along with gentle walks. 4 weeks later, she returned smiling ear to ear. "Doctor, I carried my 2-year-old granddaughter up the stairs yesterday. I didn't think my legs could ever do that again." It wasn't a miracle. It was simply the quiet power of a small habit, repeated every day, making a big difference over time. Who should be careful with ginger turmeric tea? People taking blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin. Ginger may increase bleeding risk. Those with severe gallstones, turmeric can stimulate the gallbladder. People with sensitive stomachs, start with small amounts, drink after meals. Pregnant women, best to consult a doctor before using regularly. For most older adults, ginger turmeric tea is safe and deeply beneficial. But as I always remind my patients, safety must come before results. You might be wondering, can 1 cup of tea really stand up against aging? My answer: yes, if you're consistent. Science calls this the cumulative effect. 1 cup today may simply make you feel a little better. After a month, it may reduce swelling. After 3 months, it may improve circulation. And after a year, it could mean the difference between walking steadily on your own or depending on a cane. But ginger turmeric tea is only the beginning. If you want more than pain relief, if you want real energy, stronger endurance, and a sharper, more active mind, there's another tea you simply must know about: Ginseng Green Tea. In the next part, I'll share why this pairing has been called a golden marriage in Eastern medicine, and how it can keep your legs from giving out too soon. Have you ever felt like your legs just ran out of battery halfway through the day? You wake up feeling fine, but by noon your legs are dragging. Standing in the kitchen feels like a chore, and even a short walk outside seems exhausting. Many older adults jokingly call this the midday wall, that point when your body sinks and your spirit follows. If this sounds familiar, it may not just be age catching up with you. What your body is really missing is steady, lasting energy from within. And that's exactly where Ginseng Green Tea comes in. On their own, ginseng and green tea are powerful. But when they're combined, they create a synergy that can be life-changing, especially after 60. Ginseng, the adaptogen of endurance. Ginseng is rich in compounds called ginsenosides, which boost endurance and reduce fatigue. Biologically, ginsenosides help your muscles use oxygen more efficiently, so each fiber works better. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Chinese Medicine, 2016, showed that older adults who took ginseng regularly had 18% stronger leg muscles after just 12 weeks compared to those who didn't. Green tea protecting muscles and joints. Green tea is packed with antioxidants known as catechins, especially E, which helps fight the free radicals that damage muscles, joints, and blood vessels. It also contains L-theanine, an amino acid that calms the mind while keeping you alert, unlike coffee, which often brings jitters and crashes. when the two work together. Ginseng fuels the body with physical energy. Green tea sharpens the mind and shields the cells. Together, they create a two-in-one tea that fights fatigue while keeping your mind clear and focused. Think of your muscles like an engine. To keep running smoothly, the engine needs fuel and oil. Ginseng acts like a turbocharger, burning fuel more efficiently so the engine runs longer without overheating. Green tea is the protective oil, keeping the gears from rusting, grinding, or breaking down. The result: your body, your engine, runs smoothly, reliably, and with steady strength all day long. How to make ginseng green tea? It's easier than you might think. 1 green tea bag or 1 teaspoon of dried green tea leaves, 2-3 slices of dried ginseng root, or 1/4 teaspoon of ginseng powder. 1 cup, about 8 oz of hot water, but not boiling, around 185 degrees F, 85 degrees C, is ideal to protect the catechins. Method: place the ginseng in a cup and pour hot water over it. Let it steep for 5 minutes. Add the green tea and steep another 2-3 minutes. For taste, add a drizzle of honey or a squeeze of lemon. Drink 1 cup in the morning or early afternoon to keep your energy steady without disturbing your sleep. Let me tell you about Thomas, age 68, a retired carpenter. After leaving work, he wanted to spend his days gardening and taking long walks with his wife. But the reality was different. After just 20 minutes watering his plants, his legs gave out. He came to me, discouraged. "Doctor, all I want is to walk 2 laps around the park with my wife each evening. But even that feels impossible. I feel useless." We started with small changes. I suggested he add 1 cup of ginseng green tea to his morning routine, along with short daily walks. 3 weeks later, I received a call. His voice was bright and excited. "Doctor, today I walked 3 kilometers with my wife without getting tired. I even had the strength to prune the trees in the garden. My wife says it feels like I've come back to life." That's the power of this natural combination, not just restoring the body but reigniting the spirit. People with uncontrolled high blood pressure, ginseng may raise it slightly. Those with serious insomnia, drinking green tea at night may make sleep harder. People on blood-thinning medications, ginseng can interfere with how they work. Pregnant or breastfeeding women, best to avoid regular ginseng. If you have medical conditions or take daily prescriptions, check with your doctor before making ginseng tea part of your daily routine. When we're young, we think strength only comes from intense training. But after 60, true strength comes from stability and endurance. Ginseng green tea doesn't give you the roller coaster energy of coffee. Instead, it's like a steady flame, burning warmly and evenly, keeping you going all day without burning out. If ginger turmeric tea helps calm pain and improve circulation, and ginseng green tea gives you steady energy and stamina, the next tea goes even deeper. It nourishes not only your muscles, but also your mind and spirit. It helps you handle stress, balance your hormones, and restore the deep sleep your body needs to heal. That tea is Ashwagandha Root Tea, a gift from ancient Indian medicine, known as the companion of peaceful aging. There's a secret many people over 60 don't realize. Weak legs aren't always just about aging muscles or worn-down joints. A big part of the problem often comes from something quieter, but just as damaging: stress, poor sleep, and hormone imbalances. And in the search for a natural way to address these hidden enemies of aging, scientists have rediscovered a small root from India with remarkable power: ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, Withania somnifera, has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for more than 3,000 years to build strength, fight fatigue, and calm the mind. In India, it's often called the strength of the horse, meaning it gives endurance as steady as the strongest animal in the field. Today, modern medicine classifies ashwagandha as an adaptogen, a natural herb that helps the body adapt to stress and restore balance. And balance, as you know, is the foundation of strong muscles and steady legs. What ashwagandha does inside the body: reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol stays high, it shrinks muscles, adds belly fat, and drains energy. Ashwagandha lowers cortisol, telling your body, "You're safe now. You can focus on healing." In a study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, 2009, people taking ashwagandha lowered their cortisol levels by 27% in just 60 days. Restores muscle strength. A clinical trial in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, 2015, found that men taking ashwagandha daily gained 14.5% more arm strength and 28% more leg endurance in just 8 weeks. If it can do this for younger adults, imagine the potential support it can give aging muscles struggling with fatigue. Improves sleep quality. Ashwagandha contains a natural compound, triethylene glycol, that helps promote deep sleep. Sleep is when the body repairs muscle tissue and nervous connections. A 2020 study in the Curious Journal found that adults over 60 who took ashwagandha extract slept longer and more deeply, waking up with more energy, supports nerves and coordination. Ashwagandha protects the nervous system, helping signals from the brain reach the muscles more smoothly. That means steadier steps, less trembling, and greater confidence when walking. How to make ashwagandha tea. It doesn't take much to enjoy its benefits. 1 teaspoon dried ashwagandha root slices or powder, 1 cup of water. Optional: a bit of cinnamon or honey to soften its earthy taste. Method: boil the water, add the ashwagandha root and simmer gently for 10-15 minutes. Strain, then add honey or cinnamon. Drink in the evening before bed to encourage deep, restorative sleep. I remember Margaret, age 70, a retired teacher. She came to me not only with aching joints, but also with nights of restless, broken sleep. She said softly, "Doctor, my legs are weak, yes, but the worst part is lying awake all night. It feels like my energy is drained before the day even begins." We added a simple evening ritual: 1 small, warm cup of ashwagandha tea paired with a few minutes of deep breathing. 4 weeks later, Margaret returned, her eyes brighter. "Doctor, I slept 6 hours straight last night. This morning I woke up feeling light in my legs. I even went shopping alone without worrying about falling." Her story reminds me, it's not always the expensive pills or the heavy workouts. Sometimes it's the right cup of tea at the right time that can change the quality of life. Who should be careful with ashwagandha? People with thyroid conditions. Ashwagandha may affect thyroid hormone levels. Those taking sedatives or antidepressants, it can intensify their effects. Pregnant or breastfeeding women, safety hasn't been fully established. People with low blood pressure, it may lower it further. Start small, pay attention to how your body responds, and if you have medical conditions, check with your doctor first. Strong muscles alone aren't enough. Your body also needs a calm mind and deep sleep to truly rebuild itself. Ashwagandha offers exactly that: balance, restoration, and a quiet sense of peace that carries into your steps. When your legs feel lighter and your mind feels calmer, that's when you can truly savor life's treasures. Those walks in the park, laughter with grandchildren, quiet evenings with family. But health after 60 isn't only about muscles and sleep. Blood pressure and circulation form the foundation of every organ in the body. And there's one vibrant red tea, rich in anthocyanins, that research shows can lower blood pressure and protect the heart: Hibiscus Tea. That's what we'll explore in the next part. Here's something most people don't realize. Your muscles might be strong, your joints flexible, but if your blood vessels and heart aren't working well, your legs can still give out. You might feel dizzy, weak, or even stumble when you least expect it. After 60, high blood pressure and poor circulation become unwelcome companions for millions of people. And that's exactly when a bright red tea, beautiful to the eye and rich in healing compounds, can step in as a quiet weapon to protect your heart and nourish your muscles. That tea is hibiscus tea. For centuries, hibiscus has been used in folk medicine across Africa and the Middle East. People often called it the heart tea for one simple reason: it lowers blood pressure and improves circulation. And this isn't just tradition, it's backed up by solid modern science. Natural blood pressure support. Hibiscus is rich in anthocyanins and hibiscus acid, which relax blood vessels and help blood flow more freely. The result: blood pressure drops and both your heart and muscles carry a lighter load. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition, 2010, showed that drinking 3 cups of hibiscus tea a day for 6 weeks lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 7.2 mmHg in people with mild hypertension. Strong antioxidant protection. Those same anthocyanins also protect blood vessel walls from damage caused by free radicals, the molecules that make arteries stiff and brittle. Healthy arteries act like smooth highways, carrying oxygen and nutrients directly to your muscles, helping balance cholesterol. Smaller studies, including one in Phytomedicine 2014, suggest that hibiscus can lower LDL bad cholesterol and raise HDL good cholesterol. This adds yet another layer of heart protection, supporting endurance and overall vitality. How to brew hibiscus tea. It's simple and beautiful. 2-3 dried hibiscus petals available in most grocery or herbal shops. 1 cup of boiling water. Optional. Add a slice of ginger, a cinnamon stick, or a little honey for a richer flavor. Method: steep the dried petals in boiling water for 5-7 minutes. The water will turn a vibrant ruby red. Strain, then sweeten with honey or brighten with lemon if you like. Enjoy hot in winter or chilled over ice in summer. Robert, age 74, had been living with high blood pressure for more than a decade. He told me one day, "Doctor, every time I check my blood pressure, I get nervous. I take my medication faithfully, but I still feel lightheaded and my legs seem weaker by the month." I suggested he try adding one small habit: a daily cup of hibiscus tea each morning after breakfast. 3 months later, Robert returned with a gentle smile. "Doctor, my blood pressure has been so much steadier. Even my cardiologist was impressed, and I can now walk around the house for 20 minutes without running out of breath." His story is a reminder. Sometimes it's the small additions, a single red cup each day, that bring the biggest changes in our later years. who should be careful with hibiscus tea. People with low blood pressure, hibiscus can lower it further. Those already on blood pressure medication, check with your doctor to avoid overlowering. People with kidney stones, hibiscus contains oxalates that may affect stone formation. Pregnant women, avoid large amounts, as hibiscus may stimulate uterine contractions. For most older adults, especially those with high blood pressure or circulation issues, hibiscus is both safe and beneficial. Still, always listen to your body and check in with your healthcare provider. Hibiscus tea reminds us of something simple but profound. Muscle health cannot be separated from heart health. To have strong legs, you need a strong heart and open, healthy blood vessels. Every sip of this ruby red tea isn't just refreshing. It's a nourishing stream feeding your cells, your muscles, and your every step. So now we've walked together through 4 remarkable teas. Ginger turmeric for inflammation and circulation. Ginseng Green Tea for energy and endurance. Ashwagandha Root for balance, stress relief, and deep sleep. Hibiscus Tea for heart health and blood pressure support. But more important than the teas themselves is the message they carry. At any age, you still have the power to care for yourself. In the final part, I'll share with you the most important lesson of all: how to turn these simple cups of tea into a foundation for a later life filled with strength, peace, and vitality. My dear friend, we've just walked together through a very special journey, the journey of 4 humble teas, each carrying a quiet but powerful gift. Ginger turmeric tea to calm inflammation, soothe your knees, and keep blood flowing freely. Ginseng green tea to bring steady energy and clear focus throughout the day. Ashwagandha root tea to ease stress and restore your muscles in the peace of deep sleep. Hibiscus tea to protect your heart, lower blood pressure, and steady every step you take. 4 cups, 4 messages, and if I had to choose one lesson above them all, it would be this: health in our later years doesn't come from miracles. It comes from small habits repeated day after day. I've sat with so many older patients who came to me with quiet fear in their eyes. Doctor, I'm scared I won't have the strength to care for myself, to walk with my wife, to hold my grandchild. And over time, I've seen those same fears fade away, not because they became athletes, but because they embraced the power of small changes. A simple cup of tea in the morning, a gentle stretch before bed, an extra hour of restful sleep. They didn't transform into someone else. They became stronger, healthier, and happier versions of themselves. And I believe you deserve that too, because health isn't only about walking without pain. It's about holding your grandchild close, strolling under the trees, or sharing a quiet laugh with your partner. Those small things are really the greatest joys of life. Remember, 1 cup of tea may not seem like much, but after a month it can ease the pain. After 3 months it can improve circulation. And after a year it might be the line between walking freely or depending on a cane. So why not start today? If you found this video helpful, please press the like button so this message can reach more seniors who need it. Don't forget to share a comment. Tell us, which tea will you begin with? Your story may be the encouragement someone else needs. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel and tap the notification bell. That way, each day you return, you'll discover one more simple, practical tip that could change your life after 60. Because I truly believe you deserve to be healthy, at peace, and fully alive in every moment. Growing older is not the end of the story. It's simply the beginning of a new chapter, and you get to choose how that chapter is written. Let these simple cups of tea be the sentences that fill your pages, nourishing your body, calming your spirit, and giving you the strength to keep walking your path with confidence. You don't need the muscles of an athlete. You just need enough strength to hold a child's hand, walk through the park, and smile at yourself in the mirror. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift health can bring.